Coach, what was said in the first intermission?
I can't remember now. I think we talked about, for the most part, it wasn't anything crazy. It was about respecting what was going on. I thought we were a little disrespectful to the game, showed in our power play, we're trying to force plays, not being hard enough, supporting one another. You know, then we talked about making some adjustments, and, you know, closing our gaps and allowing our D to stay up for our forwards, work back, and we got some good transition opportunities and goals off of that. So that was it for the most part. Just listen, let's play the way we're capable of and see what happens.
Enjoyable to watch some real chemistry developing between Krejci, Marchand, and Pasternak all skating together.
Yeah, I mean, it was a night that, you know, in the pre-scout we saw that maybe Arizona didn't defend the blue line as well as some of the other teams we faced. And I don't know if the numbers necessarily back up all that stuff, but and those are the games David will excel. You know, when he's allowed to find some time and space, he'll slow the game down where he sees everything quicker than everyone else and can make those plays when they look like they're closing off. So he did it tonight. Yeah, and we needed it. Let's face it. I mean, we need those guys to be our best players every night, and offensively they've come through for us of late. Secondary scoring, you know, we're still searching. We got one from Dan. It was nice from that line. They earned it, made a nice play. Best play of that, Matty Faulkner should have got the assist on the stick hand off on the bench, so he was on the ball, and off we went. So, you know, and good for those young guys to get on the board. They need to score periodically to feel good about themselves. We'll keep working on the rest of their game. But getting back to Kretsch, like I said, I thought he was outstanding.
Speaking of that line, how can it help having three young guys relatively the same age together to kind of maybe take a little stress off trying to do too much?
Well, they get equal amounts of vocal encouragement from the coach. So that's the one thing. They're all young, so they're all going to get it, and they're all going to get the teaching and that goes with it after. Joe spent a good portion of the morning with them this morning, going over some stuff. So that's part of it for them. They got to learn on the fly a little bit. Danton did it last year. JFK now. Ryan a little more now. I don't know if the plan will be always to keep them together. I don't know if it's ideal every night, but at home you get some matchups that, you know, if they're going you don't mind, or if they're not, then you got to sort through. But right now hopefully they're finding some chemistry.
He was able to return, but was it a little difficult seeing Backus take the skate there?
Yeah, I didn't know what happened at first, but the way he came off, and you figured it was more than a high stick. Sure enough, those are tough, you know. I mean, yeah, you know, like up around your eyes too. But he was able to play through it. I'm sure he'll be sore tomorrow. Charlie too got a high stick under the visor, so he's had some tough luck lately, but he's battling through it. So I mean, a bit like our game tonight, wasn't pretty, but you know, we got through it.
Jake, update. You were supposed to.
I don't have anything from this afternoon, so I wish I did. I don't know if that's good news or bad news, but if I got something more, I'll give it to you.
Back on Kretsch, how much you think he's relishing this opportunity here to play with these guys and being relied upon and
I think it's a great question, and I suppose he's really enjoying it, especially when the puck's going in the net and he's making plays and people are finishing. I think when him and Jake are going, he enjoys the game. Whoever's on the other wing, as long as there's finish, he's an offensive guy. So when the puck goes in the back of the net and they're making plays, he makes nice plays, creative plays. He's going to enjoy the game. But I notice in the rest of his game, he's digging in. He knows he has to be a good defensive center for those guys. They're creative wingers that will leak out of their spots from time to time to anticipate a play, and that's where you have to have a centerman. That's where Bergie's so good at putting out those fires, and I think that's the part I'm enjoying as a guy that, you know, gets down to the nuts and bolts, and it's the defensive part of it. I think he's doing a nice job, you know, not abandoning that part of the game and just trying to trade chances.
6 goals on Saturday, and obviously there's a low scoring game. Tell me about 4 goals tonight. How nice is it to just feel like you're seeing burst the offense coming a little bit more, not quite so hard to come by the goals?
Well, even though I think the last 2 weeks, I really do, I think we've been a lot closer. Even the Ottawa game, their goalie made some really good saves. That could have been much more than 2. You know, going back a few games before that, or in Florida, you know, I thought we were generating, you know, know, in Tampa, that's a tough matchup. We got two and probably could have had a few more, and same with Detroit at home, but so it's coming. Not at the rate we want it to yet, but it's coming, so that's encouraging. And it was, you know, enough tonight.
How encouraging is it to get 6 points in the span of 4 days after having lost your previous 3?
Well, it can go in a hurry, right? Someone asked me that after 3. Like 3 can turn into 5 or 6, right? And then it's, you know, all bets are off and it's panic mode. And so I think our guys recognize the home game here against Toronto. You know, staff, players, everyone, listen, we got to bear down tonight. It's time. We're at home against a team that we've played well in this building. So it started then. We built off that in Ottawa. Tonight, like I said, I think we weren't great out of the gate, but I think our better players turned it on, knowing that, you know, listen, we need to be the better team to win this game, start playing like it, and we did. So now you got to carry that into Pittsburgh, but now that sort of losing streak's in the rearview mirror a little bit, and you're enjoying your time at the rink a little more, not squeezing the stick as much. So that's where we hope now the secondary scoring continues to build. When you're not getting it, you're losing. You hear about it more. When you're not getting it, you're winning. Well, you have a little more patience.
Bruce,
Two more.
I know you still don't have all your defense, but you know Charlie killed that penalty late because Moore was off, but he was also out last minute. Is this a case like where he was, you know, like just going? Did you sort of think? Or?
No, Charlie's an all-situation player. We've tended to defer there to, you know, it was Charlie, even Carlo was first year, we didn't mind a young player, and then Miller, Adam. You know, we had lots of choices on the right side, guys that are willing to be hard in front, block a shot, clear the front of the net. That's 6 on 5, essentially what very important that, you know, if they get a chance, that's it, it's one and done. So, and I think Charlie can rise up to those situations. It's just we've had, I think, other capable guys here when we're fully healthy, and that's maybe one of the reasons he hasn't been in that situation as much. It doesn't mean he can't do it.
Will Faulkner be ready to go on Friday?
Faulkner? Oh my God, he's gonna have somebody write something about it tomorrow. He's gonna have a huge ego. Please, Joe.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.